All right, let's talk about the most important new language you're going to learn. And no, I'm not talking about Python or Java. We're diving into something totally different. The new code for communicating with AI. Have you ever had this happen? You're trying to get your AI to do something cool, but it just keeps giving you these bland, totally useless answers. It's like having a genie in a bottle who's just, I don't know, phoning it in. So what if the secret isn't some super complex command? What if it's all about changing just one little thing in how you ask? Turns out, someone who was getting really fed up with those same old generic answers figured it out, and it changed everything.
And this was the question that cracked the code. Instead of some dry, boring request, they tried something new. They gave the AI a role, a tone, a whole vibe. And what they got back wasn't just a list of facts. Oh no, it was pure magic.
Yeah, the AI spun this incredible, charming little story about the universe. It was a total game changer. So that's what we're doing today. This isn't going to be some boring technical manual. Think of this as your personal spellbook. We're going to learn how to create that same kind of magic.
Okay, so just like any good magic system, there are rules, right? There are these core principles you gotta know, and once you do, you'll be able to turn your simple questions into incredibly powerful commands.
It really boils down to three main things. First, being super clear and specific. Second, giving the AI context and a role to play. And third, guiding it with some rules and constraints. You get these three down and you're golden. You'll get exactly what you're looking for.
All right, first up, clarity and specificity. Now, I know this sounds obvious, but you'd be surprised how often people mess this up. The thing is, the AI can't read your mind. So any little bit of ambiguity, that's your enemy. You've got to get rid of it.
Just look at this example. If you say, tell me about driving, where does the AI even start? It's like a black hole. But if you ask it to explain the key differences between defensive and aggressive driving styles, boom, now it has a clear target. The difference in what you get back is going to be night and day.
Okay, number 2 is context and role setting. This is where things get really fun. You basically get to be a movie director. You're not just asking a question anymore. You're casting the AI in a specific part and setting the whole scene for it. And this example just shows you how powerful that is. Summarize this research is fine, whatever. But telling the AI you are an experienced medical researcher, summarize this for a clinical audience, whoa, that changes everything. The tone, the words it uses, the stuff it focuses on, it all shifts because you're telling it exactly which part of its massive brain to use.
And our third rule, guidance and constraints. I like to think of this as building a fence around the perfect answer. You're telling the AI exactly what you want it to do, but just as important, what not to do. You're setting the boundaries.
Look at this. Ask for the pros of solar energy and you might get a 10-page essay. But if you say, list the top 3 pros, in bullet points, do not mention any disadvantages, well, you get exactly that. Clean, simple, and no fluff. You are in the driver's seat. All right, so we've got the rules down. Now it's time to open up the spellbook itself. We're going to get into the actual words, the vocabulary, that'll give your prompts that creative kick.
Here's a cool way to think about it. Words have a temperature. You've got your cold words, thing, nice, good. They're boring and they give you boring results. But then you have hot words, like mythic, quantum, dazzling. These words are like creative fuel for the AI. They tell it to go beyond the basics and get imaginative.
And if you really want to make the AI's creations come alive, you've got to tap into the senses. Don't just describe something. Make the AI feel it, hear it, see it. Using words like gritty or whispering or lush. That's how you get something truly rich and vivid.
Okay, quick little tech dive here, but it's super simple, I promise. The word is tokenization. All it means is how the AI chops up your sentences into little pieces it can understand. Think of tokens as its basic vocabulary. That's it. Simple, right?
So let's put it all together now. It's time to cast a proper spell. We're going to focus on creating prompts for visual AIs, like DALL-E. This is where the right words can literally paint you a masterpiece. The best image prompts all follow a simple blueprint. It's got 4 parts. You start with your main subject. Then you pick a style. After that, you decide the composition, like the camera angle. And finally, you sprinkle in the details, things like lighting and mood. Let's see it in action.
Okay, check this out. Our subject, a vintage typewriter on a rustic wooden desk. Simple enough. Our style, photorealistic. The composition, a close-up. And for the details, we'll add moody lighting and shallow depth of field. See how each piece builds on the last? You're not just asking for a picture, you're creating a whole scene.
So, what's the big deal here? Why does this matter? Well, this is way more than just a cool party trick. What we're actually learning is how to talk to the future, and this skill, it has some seriously massive real-world implications.
And I mean everywhere. Think about it. In business, you can brainstorm go-to-market strategies. In healthcare, you can generate easy-to-understand materials for patients. For teachers, you can design custom lesson plans in minutes. Heck, even for your own personal life, you can use AI to help you set goals and reflect. It's wild.
And that really brings us to the core idea, the most important point of all of this. The ability to explain what you want in plain English. That's not a soft skill anymore. It is the #1 technical skill of the future. Your words. They're the new code.
The whole game is changing, right in front of our eyes. The future isn't just for people who can write Python. It belongs to the people who can communicate their ideas with precision, with vision. Mastering this is the new literacy.
So there you have it. We've gone through the rules, we've opened the spell book, we've even cast the spell together. The book is yours now, so I'll leave you with one question. What are you going to create?